Welcome to a day in my life at co-op. Except it's not actually a day. It's the past 4 months of me going to my co-op placement at Hale Coffee.
I'm so nervous.
Before I even started my placement, I had to do an interview, which I was super nervous but super excited for, and thankfully it went really well. I didn't know what to expect on my first day, which I was so nervous for, but I got greeted with a big smile and a latte to start off my day. On my first day, I got a tour of the whole cafe and got introduced to a lot of new faces. Starting off my actual training, I mostly watched the staff show me how the kitchen runs and how to make the bagels on the menu, and by the end of the shift, I was making some of the more basic bagels for the customers. To be honest, at first, it felt a little overwhelming, all this information just being thrown at me, but taking it in slowly, it wasn't actually all that bad. What I did to understand all this information that I felt like was being thrown at me was just write it down. I made a list of all the things I needed to remember, and I broke it down so it was easy for me to comprehend. And broken down, it wasn't all that bad. When the bagel station closed at 1, I was shown where to throw out the trash and other closing procedures. I got the opportunity to dabble in coffee making as well, and I was just learning the basics on how to pull a proper espresso shot and steam milk for a latte. And on my first day, although I didn't steam the milk myself, I was given the opportunity to do some latte art, which I failed miserably at, but at least I tried. Even though the milk was steamed for me perfectly, it was still very hard. The first day ended like that and another day began. The barista so kindly asked us what we wanted to drink each day, and today I went for a flat white. I learned some prep work for before opening the bagel station, like baking bagels fresh, and prep work for things we have to do while serving customers during operation hours, like sectioning salmon, for example, or simultaneously making sauces because they ran out, and just basic things like that. And of course, I practiced more latte art. Another cold day rolled around, and of course, I started off the day by baking some bagels and drinking a latte. Did some prep work for the kitchen opening and started on service. My sandwich wrapping skills improved significantly, and I know how to make all the bagels on the menu now. After a long day of making bagels, I did cleanup work for closing. This same routine went on for a whole month, except depending on the day, I would learn how to make new sauces, how to do different prep for vegetables, how to prep different meats, etc. Waking up early each day was no easy task, but slowly I got into the same routine of waking up, coming to Hale Coffee, making bagels, and it was just so normalized for me that now it was ingrained. It was at a point that it was just coming naturally to me, and I didn't have to think much about it. And I continued to make coffees as well, continued to practice over time, and I was so thankful for all the baristas that would make my morning coffee, give me my morning caffeine to get me throughout the day. Just from seeing the weather changing throughout all the times that I've been on the TTC, you can tell how much time has passed. One little annoying factor I couldn't control was the TTC. Some days traveling the subway would be empty and other days it would be fully packed, but I guess that's just a Toronto thing. After almost a month working at the Junction location, I was transferred to work at the Church location. I was responsible for the setup of the whole kitchen. Everything was extremely new, and I still had to do lots of unpacking, unboxing. I had to see what I needed, figure out spacing, and all that fun stuff. Even little things like unpacking new kitchen appliances, figuring out the most convenient spots for them, and I had to take into account where wires would connect. I had to take on a lot more initiative than I initially anticipated. Especially comparing it to working at Junction, here I was all alone and I had to make big decisions. This was stressful at first, but it got better over time, and this was a great way for me to learn how to be responsible and improve my initiative skills. Of course, there were many issues that I was faced with. I struggled at the beginning to figure out how many of each ingredients I would need to order, because at first the bagel station was really dead. but it slowly began to pick up, but it would fluctuate a lot. Another issue that stressed me out was the open/sushi fridge, you could say, because it was not staying at the right temperature. I had a group chat of my bagel team, which was just some of the Hale staff members, that helped me resolve any problems or questions that I had. And I just had to let them know of this problem, and eventually we all figured out together that the temperature wasn't the problem. We just needed to swap out the plastic inserts for metal inserts to retain coldness. One of my favorite things to do was make the coconut overnight oats. But oops, nope, I can't show you the secret recipe. But yeah, I have to make them the day before, and then the next day I scoop them out, top them with blueberries, and lid them up to sell. One of the other satisfying prep works to do is frying the tofu. It's really easy, you just flip it and just make sure not to burn it. At the end of the day, it would be cleaning time, and I would sadly throw out any expired milk that I had, clean dishes, and dry them. I also had to clean countertops, sweep the floors, and throw out trash. Hygiene was a very important skill that I learned. It creates a healthy and safe work environment. The way my kitchen at church was set up, it was in a way that everyone could see my kitchen. So if it was dirty or unkept, people would complain, which would affect the company. Of course, I did not only keep the areas that people would see clean. I kept a clean environment everywhere to create a safe work environment where everyone felt comfortable. There were times where I messed up, like burning a batch of roasted peppers, which I had to remake and throw out, or make an accidental mess of coffee grounds. But it was really no biggie because it wasn't much. At times when I had delivery issues or my ordering was off, I would run to the store and buy what I needed. Of course, you didn't think I would give up on my coffee game just because I switched locations. No. I would practice every chance I got, and slowly I started to improve, little by little. Once my kitchen was all set up, my daily routine was essentially the same. Come in, pull inserts out of the fridge, bake bagels, do any prep I needed to, and close the kitchen. One of the things I'm most thankful for from this co-op experience is the friendships I've formed. I love that whenever we were together, it was always filled with laughter.
I love it.
It looks so...
Chocolate chip cookie.
Whether I was stressed or just needed someone to vent to, I always had people I was so comfortable to talk with. I really didn't expect to form such close relations with the people I worked with, but to my surprise, I got so close to them that I even chose to hang out with them outside of work hours. We're no longer coworkers, but we're friends. Although co-op is now over for me, I'll take everything learned from this experience and continue to apply it in the future. I thought I would be done with waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning every single day to go to Hale once my co-op was over, but I loved my experience so much that I chose to accept their job offer and keep going back. I love sleep so much, and the fact that I'm prioritizing Hale over my sleep shows how much I enjoyed my time there. I'm extremely thankful for Hale for giving me the chance to do my co-op there, and I have so many memories that I'll treasure for life. I'm so thankful I got to do my co-op placement at Hale Coffee, and I'm truly very happy. Thank you.